All right, so I'm pretty sure I set a new personal record driving for Uber Eats here in Pittsburgh. I need to explain what happened and give you steps so you can react if you have the same scenario, really on any platform. So let's go online here. Here in Pittsburgh, again, driving on Uber Eats, really tackling our summertime strategy. That's really going all in on the dinner rush, trying to get stacked orders right and really driving towards the busiest times, as now we may be seeing some slowdowns. So order number one here, this is just before 7 p.m. So at $10.19, it is slice on Broadway for 6.9 miles. So firstly, I'm looking at the dollars to mile ratio, right? How much am I getting paid for the miles driven? It's decent here. I would like a little bit better. Positioning, I don't love it. Time, supposedly, actually pay attention to this. Time, 17 minutes. Not that bad. But yeah, I mean, again, positioning dollars to mile, I just went online. I can do better. Let's decline this one. Aha, much better for $10.50. So note, dollars to mile, much better. It's from Chipotle for 27 minutes. So the dollar to time ratio, it's still pretty good there, because basically what I would do is just double that pay. So let's say $21 per hour if I'm getting another similar order here. Of course, that's not guaranteed, right? But again, I like the dollars to mile. I like the positioning. Let's take this one. So this Chipotle, one of many here in Pittsburgh, I'm sure your marketplace has a lot of them as well. So I get there, I'm familiar with this location, you park, you go inside, and Chipotle, it's pretty easy with the pickups because they have a rack that they just put the bags there, you match the name, and you're on your way. All right, so I park, I go inside, I'm focused, this is my first order, I'm ready to make some money here. So let's go to the rack, and I'm looking for my customer's name, and nothing. So here's a red flag. If you see this at Chipotle or really any of these places where it may take a long time, first red flag that I saw when I went in was what? It was about 15 other people waiting. Now, funny enough, one was actually one of you, our team members. So shout outs. Always nice to meet one of you when I'm on the road here. So checklist time. What is the first thing that you should do? If you go in the restaurant, you see like 12, or I literally counted 15 people waiting. What is the first thing that you should do? A lot of the times, the first thing you should do is probably turn right around and cancel that order. Now, here's why. On really all of these platforms, it doesn't matter if it's Grubhub, DoorDash, or Uber Eats, you have a completion rate. So the percent of times that you accept an order, you actually have to accept it. Now it's assigned to you. And the percent of times that you continue and fully deliver, aka complete that order. And you have a buffer there. You can cancel some of these orders within reason. Now, if you do too much of that, if you cancel too often, you may be deactivated. But within reason, you're completely fine to cancel some of these orders. Now, if you see 15 people waiting, you can assume it's going to be a while, which is why you want to reserve one of those cancels for this scenario. And, or you can always ask someone, you can say, hey, how long have you been waiting for? Maybe it seems worse, but maybe isn't that bad. Chances are it's going to be a while. So here's what I did for you. So as of late, what I've been doing is if it's not ready at that time, immediately I start a timer for the wait time. Now, if this was you, if you're in this scenario here, again, 15 people, or I remember I had a scenario where there was like 10 or 12 cars at a Wendy's, that time I immediately canceled. So again, you don't have to do this. Certainly, actually, I don't recommend doing this, but I'm taking one for the team here. Let's see what happens when you don't have a good strategy, when you're not watching videos like this, when maybe you're not a part of the team here and you don't know and you accept it. So here's our order here. Now, the one thing I would tell you to always do is click into the actual order. Again, this is on Uber Eats, and always click on not ready. So we can see it gives some feedback to Uber Eats. It says, thanks. Your feedback helps improve pickups at this location. Now, I get it. It's like, does it really, man? Is this really going to help out? But at least algorithmically, we would think it would. Why? Because there's been proof that the algorithm is tracking you as a driver while you're driving, literally while you're walking, your location, obviously, your wait time, etc. So again, in theory, if the algorithm is giving you the order and it's not ready, then that should stretch out that algorithm, telling basically Uber Eats, do not assign a driver too early at this location because they take longer than average. Now, funny enough, as I'm waiting at this Chipotle, I'm getting stacked orders, which is obviously 2 or more assignments for one driver. So while I was actually on my way, I got this one for $1.50 for So Fresh. Now, it's literally right across the street, but I mean, $1.50, it's only 7 additional minutes theoretically for 1.2 miles. I mean, clearly decline. Okay, well, maybe I can entice you with this one for $4.50 for 1.3 miles. That's technically a good dollars to mile ratio for just 13 minutes, which is good on the dollars to time ratio. I've picked up from this location. I'm familiar with it. Let me know about this one. And we actually declined this one, but I mean, would you take it? Would you decline it? The cash flow isn't great, but it shouldn't take that long. Let me know. And don't worry, because yes, this whole time I am waiting. The timer is going. I am waiting. We got still 15 people waiting. We're calling out names here, trying to help other drivers. And I just do this. I just text the customer. I said, hey, thanks for your patience. Still waiting at Chipotle. Just to give them a heads up, if you've ever been on the customer end, I'm sure you have here. Let me know your favorite kind of spot down below. But I don't know. I think it's common courtesy. I think it's good customer service just to give them a heads up. So timer running. So is the patience here on what was supposed to be a 27-minute delivery. So new record, at least in recent memory here. New record on not a good thing on wait time. 26 minutes and 9 seconds. This is why strategy is so important to understand how to multi-app. It's driving on different apps. You have options here. Knowing that you can cancel and knowing, again, that you're just allowed to cancel here. You're allowed to have some strategy. You're not necessarily locked in just because you click that accept button on any platform. Because, yeah, 27-minute waits, it's eating into and this will be eating into your earnings. Don't do this. Again, took one for the team here. Drop a like if you appreciate that. And if by chance you could beat that, maybe you had a horror story of your own of a longer wait time, feel free to share that down below. Now, here's the funny thing. After this order request, I kid you not, a great end to the evening here, a $4.72 order request at, you guessed it, another Chipotle here, 3.4 miles. Well, we'll decline that one. Cash flow is just not good. Well, what about this one? $7.86 for 3 miles at Papa John's, and it's supposed to take just 17 minutes as well. And I guess, and the positioning is really good. So I felt okay with this one. Let's take this one. But luckily, I mean, good job, Papa John's. It was as it was supposed to be. It was seamless. And when it's seamless, it literally works for everyone. The restaurant, it's super easy. In and out, they prepare it off to a driver. For you as a driver, you get there, super seamless. No wasted time. You're in and out. And for the customer, super seamless. They get the fastest delivery possible. But of course, as we just saw with that Chipotle order, it's not always seamless. You know what else is not seamless? It's waiting in hotspots. And this is what we're continuing to watch here in this summer slowdown. Now, granted, this is just one platform. I mean, I got this one. It says your requests are paused. It looks like you haven't accepted a request in a while. Ironically, this was like literally after I delivered that Papa John's order. So not sure what they really mean there. I do feel like, and let me know if you've had this in your marketplace, but I feel like I had some connectivity issues today. Now, make sure you're turning off Wi-Fi just to make sure your phone isn't jumping on, let's say, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, free Wi-Fi that could cause some problems. But I was sitting in a hotspot, good connectivity, and I still got this. Anyway, we'll refresh that. We got this stacked order here, $11. I mean, 30 minutes, if you double that, again, 22 an hour. But I mean, the per order payout here, not really fantastic. And then we can see a little bit later in the evening, 8:13 p.m., it's starting to taper off. And I'm curious, when does it start to slow down? Is it 8? Can you go all the way until 9 or 10 p.m.? There's something, I'm going to mention this shortly, but there's something else that we haven't mentioned yet. But I'll show you this one first here. I mean, pulling us clearly way out of the hot spots, out of the zone that I want to be in. Then we also got this one here, 456, cash flow, just not good enough. Dollars to mile, just not good enough. Again, decline. Now, what we have mentioned is a summer slowdown, just generally that people are out and about. It's the summertime, restaurants are reopening. That's generally what we're calling here on the channel, the summer slowdown. But what we haven't mentioned on this shift is what? Honestly, it's the day of the week. So it's a Monday. I mean, how busy are Mondays, the start of the traditional work week here? Why would Mondays be kind of one of the worst days to drive food delivery? Well, people are just kind of getting back into the work week. Maybe they're refocused. So at the end of a work week or just a week in general, maybe Thursday through Sunday, that's when people are busy. They're having more fun. They're just kind of chilling here and maybe more prone to ordering that food delivery. So think about that. The day of the week, which I say here, market research, combined with overall consumer behaviors of that summer slowdown. So folks, I'm telling you, you can't just wing it. I've done that. And that's actually a series we have called the Accept Everything Challenge, where we drive and just do that with zero strategy. But hopefully you didn't break my record today of the longest wait time, because again, you're driving with strategy because I want you to make as much money as possible this year. So again, drop me a like if you appreciate me taking one for the team there at Chipotle, and hopefully we'll make some more money later in this week here. But if you did get value in this video, definitely drop me a like. And you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.